Detours. Brought to you by Sports and Spokes, the magazine for wheelchair sports and recreation. After several attempts and never finishing better than fourth at the Paralympics, Great Britain's rugby team finally got over the top in a big way, capturing gold at the 2020 Games in Tokyo. Though Ollie Mangion has yet to secure a spot on the team to Paris, he has a solid outlook on why his country has reached the highest level of success.
In the UK, we don't really have too many clubs, so nothing like you guys have out the States. We've got sort of three main clubs that draw in most of the talent.
Which are?
So we've got London, Leicester, and West Coast Crash, which is around Manchester way. So I play for London. A lot of the talent is sort of sucked from those three teams, and we got a few developing teams as well. There's a hell of a lot of talent to draw from in there. We just gotta keep it going.
So from those three clubs, you're dealing with maybe a smaller demographic, but yet you've had such unbelievable success. I mean, including a gold medal. How does that happen? I mean, is it a matter of coaching, dedication, planning?
It's all of the above, really. A lot of dedication from the athletes, a lot of strong coaching from some very knowledgeable coaches who've been playing for 20 plus years at this point. There's a breadth of knowledge to draw from there. You just really want to be listening to these kinds of people and just, taking what they've got in.
Had an opportunity to talk to Jim Roberts, who was integral on your gold medal squad in 2020 or 2021, whichever you prefer. But talk about some of the other members of the Great Britain team and what are the attributes that they bring to the game.
Yeah, so I'm sure you all know Stu Robinson. Is playing out here for Generals. Incredibly talented player. We almost started playing at around the same time. He's sort of taken up the mantle since Jim retired. He's our main guy, really, at GB at the minute. Very talented, very focused on the court, knows what to do. He's like our pillar, really, of the team. On top of that, we've got quite a lot of experience, like Gavin Walker, great two-point player. He's got a lot of experience under his belt, so people looking up to players like him for that knowledge, really. You've got Jamie Stead. I'm sure everyone knows Jamie. He's another great player. He's been around for a long time as well, even though he's still fairly young. So we've got quite a lot of talent spread across our team.
Does it seem also that there's a lot of talent rising up underneath as well?
Absolutely. We've got a number of new players on the squad. We're sort of trying to develop that, bring that forward. We're trying to perhaps bring a few lines forward that that maybe have some less experienced players in, just to give them the minutes they need in the future. So maybe Paris isn't really the time for that, because we're focusing pretty hard on getting our heads down on that at the minute. But for the future, we've got quite a lot of talent under the belt that we're looking to bring forward.
Ollie, I watch you play, and you move fast, you play well, but yet you're not on a Paralympic squad yet. So what are the little things that you need to work on to get to the next level?
You can ask any player that's in an elite team, and they'll almost always say, they'll almost have a laundry list of things they want to improve on. Right? We're never perfect. None of us are perfect, even though that's what we strive to become. For me personally, I want to become sort of more of a pillar, being a three-point player, taking that control, keeping that focus, that maybe concentration on the court. Someone to look up to look to see, where we're going. That's something I'm trying to bring forward. Someone who's only really been playing on the elite side for a couple of years. It takes a while, but I'm getting there. I'm happy with where I'm going with that.
We'd like to take a minute to thank our sponsor, Sports and Spokes magazine. For nearly 50 years, they've produced stories on iconic athletes performing at the top of their game, given generational coverage of sports dating back to the 1970s, and they've shown the way with exciting and timeless magazine cover shots. To stay on top of all the latest news from the world of high-performance adaptive sports, go to sportsandspokes.com. Sports and Spokes, the magazine for wheelchair sports and recreation. I've been talking rivalries with a couple of the other countries, Sweden, Denmark, U.S., Canada. What about Great Britain?
The French. At the minute, it's the French. We've been locked in battle for quite a long time, us and the French, going back and forth, who's winning, who's not winning. We've lost out on a few games to them. We lost out at the Europeans final last year to the French. We beat them at coordinations this year, which was only last week. We're very pleased to do that. Obviously, us Brits, we've always had a strong rivalry with the French. So that's really us at the minute. Yeah, there's a huge difference between playing here than playing back in the UK. The league structure is so much bigger here. Obviously, you've got so many more teams, so many more players to pull from. And you've got a lot of talent and a lot of difficult games, right? All weekend, at least for us at the Warriors, has been an absolute dogfight all weekend. We haven't had one easy game. And I personally really enjoy that. It's a lot more aggressive than it is back in the UK. A lot more passionate. I'd like to try and bring that to some of the UK league as well, because as Brits, we're sort of quite contained, sort of as a country, a little bit timid sometimes. It's still a competitive sport back home, but it's if we can bring some of that sort of passion, some aggression, even into that in the UK, then I would be over the moon for that, and I want to be a driver for that if I can be someone who's been playing here for a while now.